Hello everyone and welcome back to the OSL round of 36. This is the Bacchus OSL and this is going to be Group E. Again, we're on Game 2 between Hiva and Hwasin. And Hiva just got face stomped in the first game, which I'm sure you just saw. Hwasin doing a good job getting a few vultures out and building a proxy factory and just getting the vultures out. Unfortunately, it was just a really good counter. Well, unfortunately for Hiva, it was a really good counter against his, 3-hatch mutas or whatever he was doing. He had 3 hatcheries and only drones to defend. So he pretty much got face stomped.
Yeah, no, I agree. Hwasin making great use of the offensive factory, and it was quite offensive. Yeah, Hiva wasn't too impressive, and this game is going to be on Outsider, and which has the hot lava in the middle, and is, I don't know, it just looks like a lame map to me. I mean, when I look at the map, to be honest, it just looks lame. But, we've seen some nice mineral trickery and getting around and getting scouts, because there are technically 3 ways to get to the main. There's the expansion, and then there's the sides, based on wherever you are on the map. So we'll see what happened. I mentioned before that I thought Hiva really needed to win the first game to get some momentum. I don't think Hiva's quite as confident as a player. Hwasin just walked all over him. I mean, like it was no problem, and that's obviously expected from a player like Hwasin, who is of course very good and has much better looking hair. So he does. I mean, I'm not gonna lie here. So taking his hands off in the opening, getting ready, which obviously you can do because unless you just want to spam, which is what Hwasin's doing. He's like, oh yeah.
Well, we do see, even though we've seen a lot of evolution in TVZ play, with the mech builds coming out, and even with that build that Hwasin did, it's not a full-on mech build, but just getting the factory out just to get those couple of vultures can do a lot of damage against a Zerg player who on a normal map is going to fast expand. And so basically that makes the Zerg player wonder, well, should I really 12 hatch? Or should I, do a 9 pull or an over pull instead? Yeah. And that puts the Zerg player behind if the Terran player doesn't build vultures. So, it's a mind game. It keeps the players honest, and that's what you want to do to put pressure on another player and on the race in general so they're not so dominant.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to see overpull here from Hiva and Hwasin. I don't think he's going for an expansion from what I could tell. A fast expand, I didn't see anything on gas. We were talking earlier how, for those that are wondering, really that's how you know with a Terran. Is that the phone?
Oh, my phone's going off.
Airplane mode, my friend. But that's really how you can tell with a Terran what they're doing is by gas. So you can tell if they're going for an expansion. If they get the gas slightly later, you can know if they're going to go for a mech build. And Hwasin just looking confident, man. Almost a little smirk on his face. Not getting an early gas, going for standard barracks. And so far, we can't really tell what his ultimate tech is going to be. I don't know, okay, we are seeing the gas go down. She's like, what? You looking at me? Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyways, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, we haven't, in the last game that Hiva played on this map, he wasn't that impressive, and he lost to Miracle, as we saw that. He just kind of tried to camp, and so, I don't think that's the right thing to do on this, and I'm hoping he doesn't do the same thing because he'll get even more face stomped. So I'm hoping he goes for something more aggressive this game, which will hopefully get him out there more, and he is going to scout in the wrong direction, so that sucks at a disadvantage.
Well, Hiva lost that game against Miracle because he just had a bad build, in my opinion, and we'll see what his build is here. That build, he chose to build his 3rd hatchery in his own base, and so he didn't get as much money, and it was kind of an all-in type build. And then when Miracle pushed out, he was really able to just do a lot of damage with his Medic Marine, and he was uncontested. Hiva tried to get a couple Mutalisks. Ooh, hello. Hiva tried to get a couple Mutalisks, and it just wasn't enough.
Right.
And now, again, we're seeing 2 barracks already down pretty quick for Hwasin. So Hwasin's going to have a pretty large Medic Marine force again. Yeah. And layer going up pretty quick again for Hiva. So I think that Hiva is not going to be doing this 3-hatch meter or anything like that. He's going again for this more aggressive, 2-hatch build starting off.
He is, but I think if Hwasin has a decent timing push with the Marines that are coming out, he could do some damage. Definitely going to force Hiva to build some Sunkens. Hiva's going to see all the Marines on the ramp, and I'm assuming he's going to know that there was a 2 barracks being made. But, just having a 2 barracks push compared to Hiva going for a tech build could make the difference in this game. Hiva also scouted less. So Kiva was not able to get the drone in to know what's going on. Look at that. Hwasin's still rolling around in his base. We have 6 Marines coming. 2 more Marines are being built and coming right now. I don't think things are looking good. We have 1 Sunken going up. We do have some Lings, so Hiva may be able to hold this off.
I think Hiva can hold it.
Yeah,
I mean, Hwasin, you know, pushed out with his Marines to force that Sunken to go down, but he doesn't have any medics, and actually he needs to run back. Luckily, those Zerglings don't have speed, because those Zerglings could catch those Marines out in the middle, and that could really actually be trouble. But I don't think that's going to happen. No, it looks like they're too far away,
a lot of
and
Marines.
Hwasin's able to hold at his base. I don't think the tech bad is so bad for you know, Hiva to hold, just because he's not sitting there building tons of drones like he was last time, where he had 3 hatcheries and he's building tons of drones. And actually, we're going to see 2 hatch mutas again. I believe, who went 2 hatch mutas? Did he go 2 hatch mutas before?
No, he went 3 hatch mutas and lost.
That was the other game.
That was the last game.
Well, the other game, I think it was against Miracle. He went 2 hatch mutas, and then that's when he transitioned into Guardians and actually won that game. So we might see a similar build here, more of this tech build. It looks like Hwasin is pushing out with his Mega Marines. Only 1 Sunken to defend. That's not going to be enough. He's going to have to put a Sunken up. He sees his Mega Marines coming. Oh, catching the Fire Bats out in the middle.
Nice job.
That's a good job on this round, but too many Medic Marines coming in here. The Sunken's going to go down, and Mutalisks are not maybe on the way. They're on the way, but they're late again. Even with the 2 hatch mutas, they're still late. Good surround by the Zerglings, though.
Yeah.
Good job coming in, but not enough. There's not enough Zerglings. And again, Hiva is in so much trouble.
The lady screaming, I think, is the nail in the coffin. I think that says it all. When the lady starts screaming...
Oh, the mutas weren't even out. The Spire just came up. I thought those were mutas hatching. And look, his hands off the controller. He hasn't even GG'd yet, and his hands are on his face. So, poor Hiva. There it is. GG. Hwasin easily getting out of this round and going into, I guess it's the round of 16.
Right.
So easy on Hwasin's part, and Hiva just, I don't know, his builds just weren't that solid. He didn't have enough Sunkens. He was trying to get greedy, I guess, because, you know, obviously he needed all the money he can